Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Real Drinks with Ali Flores. I'm your host, Ali Flores, and tonight I am super excited. Today, I don't know when the hell you're watching this or listening to it, but the boys are back together. Two Fat Dads podcast with me, J-Lo, Jason Logan, and, you know, he's become quite the superstar online. He's co-hosting a show with Mr. Joey Fatone, and it's blowing up, so we've had to put a pause on the other one, but that's okay. We'll come back periodically.
Sure.
But I was very happy that he was willing to come along and talk about movies and drink. So, Jason Logan, welcome to Real Drink, bro.
Ali, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to see your beautiful face. I like your whole background so much. Look at my low-tech background. This is terrible.
Yeah, this is what my daughter made.
She did that? Well, look, I had lighting. And
that's the logo, man.
The lighting was so much better until my wife decided she needed to break the light. And yeah, this is what goes on in my house, dude. I got to get out of Dodge more.
Now, you're super busy, man. You're super busy with Fatone, man.
Well, yeah, we have been.
You guys do that every day?
Well, no. We did every day for like a month, and we were like, dude, that's just too much. People they don't want to see Joey Fatone. They don't want to see me. They don't want to do this game every day for a month. So we backed it down to 3 times a week. Then Labor Day weekend happened. And we're like, why don't we just do once a week? So last week we did on Friday. Our new time is Friday night, 7:25, Ali. Somebody's trying to be ironic or funny.
7:25.
I don't know why we picked 7:25. Somebody said, hey, let's do 7:25 because, James Corden comes on at 12:37. I'm like, yeah, it's because of local news. I go, what are we talking about? So, yeah, so we're doing 7:25. This past week, we had Carol Alt, supermodel, the world's first supermodel on.
Whoa. How was that?
She was great. She talks a lot. She's a talker, Ali.
Yeah.
She's from Long Island. And I said to her, I go, you know what's funny is, I want to say she's done 50 movies. She's been in a million magazines and stuff. I go, but we see your print stuff and all these calendars and, Sports Illustrated, blah, blah, blah. We don't hear you talk. I go, I'm kind of shocked right now because you have this huge, thick Long Island accent. And she was just letting it fly. And man, from that point on, you couldn't shut her up. She was great though. She was funny.
Now, the name of the show, what's the name of the show?
It's, what is
Joey.
it? I can't forget. What does Joey know? Sorry. What does Joey know?
What is Joey?
And if you want to go back and watch past performances, we've done over 60 of these stupid things. You can go to Joey Fatone's YouTube page, and there's some on his Facebook page, but we got kicked off of Facebook because of, licensing, and I'm playing like the entire song, and I'm just like, okay, because the whole concept of the show is I play music, and we try and figure out what Joey knows. And see if he knows the title artist or whatever, if he knows both of them. It's just a music trivia show, but it's evolved into a real interview show where we just, we tell everybody, like, listen, the music is just a vehicle to get to know you better, because we're going to ask a bunch of questions you may not want to answer. And if you don't want to answer them, just tell us. We don't want to talk to you. I'm not talking about it. So, but yeah, I mean, we've had Bret Michaels, we've had Boyz II Men, we've had Caitlin Bristow, who's on Dancing with the Stars. We've had a couple Dancing with the Stars people on there. We've had a ton of different people.
Carol Baskin?
Oh God!
Are you gonna get Carol Baskin? She's on Dancing with the Stars.
Did you watch that?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen it yet.
Listen, it's a good lineup this season, but Carol Baskin was last. So they got Charles Oakley and Carol Baskin on. Charles Oakley is 8 feet taller than his dance partner, and he sucks. He's terrible. But then Carol Baskin gets on there. I'm like, oh my God, Charles Oakley looks like a professional dancer compared to her. It was absolutely terrible. If she makes it past this week, I'll be shocked. But yeah, no, it's a good season. But yeah, so I mean what does Joey know? It's just been fun trying to get to know these people. We had the ex band leader for the Tonight Show, Kevin Eubanks.
Wow.
A couple weeks ago. It
nice.
Was cool. So yeah, we mix it up. It's all kinds of different people. We had I forget the girl's name, but she's the WWE world champion.
So the premise of this, we talk about a movie, We have a drink either that they have in the movie or that we create based on the movie. So were you always a movie guy? Like, were you like I grew up a movie guy, like television and movies. I just loved watching them. Was that you, or were you mostly outside doing shit?
No. I played sports growing up, played soccer like every single day of my freaking life until I was from 5 until 18. But when I wasn't doing that, I was definitely watching TV shows. I was definitely watching movies. And I mean, because you and I grew up, HBO just came out when you and I first got, I mean, when we were like, so we saw all this stuff, and there were movies and TV shows that you're like, what is this? So yeah, I mean, I even had the remote control with the slider. You remember that thing? But yeah, I watch movies. I mean, again, TV theme songs are my favorite thing on the planet. So
I can remember the HBO theme song that da na 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 na
and when
da.
it flew through the city,
Yes,
and, yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
that was the best, man. I used to love that.
I remember when when we first got ESPN, and all they would show would be like college hockey from like the Northeast. And I was like, dude, college hockey? What? I love this.
Do you remember? Do you remember like your first movie that you went to the theater?
Not the theater, but I do remember being a young lad in Lake City, Florida. Ali,
Woo.
I know you're from Immokalee. Yeah,
Woo.
I mean this might as well be the same town, just northern and from the south from you. And I remember going to the drive-in theater and seeing one of the greatest movies of all time, Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit.
And I remember, I'll never forget, my mom made popcorn and put it in a brown paper bag that you got at the grocery store, and all the oil and grease and stuff was on the bottom. Oh, yeah, man. It was the best. I'll never forget it.
You scrape the salt and everything on the bottom. It was so good.
So good.
I think I still have like plaque and stuff in my arteries from those popcorn days.
Oh, yeah. I love it. With the Jiffy Pop, we put it on the stove and it pop.
Shake the shit out of it.
Oh, I love that stuff.
Good times. All right. So, J-Lo, what movie are we talking about?
Ali, we are talking tonight. When you asked me, I sent you 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And out of the 5, I was wondering which ones you would want me to talk about tonight. And tonight, we are talking about one of the greatest movies I don't want to say ever, but this is a movie that every guy knows every line of if you're in our age group. Maybe a little younger, but between 40 and 50, you know every line out of this movie. Ali, it is the classic Caddyshack.
Oh, cannot wait. An amazing film. Shot in Florida.
But it was set in Nebraska.
Yes, set in Nebraska, but shot in Florida.
Right.
Because it's Florida and you can golf year round.
Correct.
So you can't really do that in Nebraska. But yeah, what a great and you're right. It's almost any guy knows this movie.
Especially the 40 to 50 range. Now, if you're in your 30s, it's hit or miss. But 40 to 50-year-old range guy, you know every line out of this movie.
Definitely know everyone. And the cast. I mean, you've got superstars in this movie that weren't quite superstars yet. They were coming up because of SNL, but they weren't superstars yet.
You had Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, what's Judge Smails' name? Rodney Dangerfield. Ted Knight. Who, by the way, steals the entire movie.
Yes, of course he does. He's brilliant. And so it's a wonderful, so funny, so good. So do you remember when you watched this movie the first time?
I don't know when I watched it the first time. I think I might have been in high school. We would watch all kinds of movies. In high school, we just were like, okay, let's watch this. And I guarantee you it was on HBO. And we were watching it the entire time, or we went to Blockbuster Movies and got my card out and or 16,000 videos. Did you ever go to 16,000 videos? Oh, well, we would go there and we would get that movie, but it was just because I was a huge fan of SNL, and Bill Murray to me it was just the absolute greatest. And the fact that Bill Murray was in this movie, and I was just like, oh my God, Carl Spackler, forget about it. And, I don't know if that came out before Stripes or Stripes came out before Caddyshack. I think Caddyshack came before.
Yeah, I think so too.
But like Stripes was fantastic. But again, like these movies are rated R, so I couldn't. My Christian parents were not letting me go see a rated R movie. So it was just like one of those things. My dad would get involved in all these movies, like, oh, you got to watch this. Oh, he said the F word. Well, don't worry, it's fine. He's okay. But yeah, no. When I watched the movie, it was just Bill Murray and that dumb gopher, and just just the way Ted Knight. And the more I've watched it, the more I've gotten involved in watching Ted Knight and his whole character. It's just, I mean, he steals the movie.
Yes,
and
he does.
He plays it straight. And, Rodney Dangerfield riffs off of him. Mm-hmm. Chevy Chase riffs off of him. And, I mean, he is so good in that movie. So, yeah, it's awesome.
Night is because in a previous episode, we talk about The Naked Gun.
Oh, yeah.
We talk about how the comedy comes from them playing it straight. Like, it's a real thing. And then everyone's laughing at those moments, but they're not making it waka waka. They're playing it real. Like, they really mean that. Nice beaver. Thank you. I just had it stuffed, and then they put the beaver down. So Ted Knight plays this so straight, but
so perfect.
Funny.
And it's so good.
Everyone can play off of that so well. It's such a good role. Ted Knight is phenomenal. I've always been a fan of Ted Knight. Back in the Mary Tyler Moore days.
Yes.
He's just so good, man. All right, before we get into the movie.
Yeah, all right. So
let's go. What are we drinking, man? What are we drinking?
All right, tonight? So in the movie, Ali, there's a scene where they're at the country club, and Rodney Dangerfield is being gross and whatever, and doing his, he farts at the table. Oh, did somebody step on a duck? Oh, oh, this is the dance of the living dead. Hey, Ringo, play something we can dance to. Goes right into Boogie Wonderland. So but he walks to the bar, and what's his name? D'Annunzio is behind the bar, and he walks up to D'Annunzio. He goes, "Hey, Sabu, can you make a bull shot?" And then D'Annunzio goes, "Hey, can you make a shoe stink?" He goes, "Ah, very funny, very funny. When are you back in Boys Town?" So tonight, Ali, we are having, in honor of the great movie, we're having a bull shot.
This the ingredients are very interesting for the bull shot.
Should I read the ingredients, Ali?
Go ahead, man.
All right, because I was like, oof, that's what a bull shot is? Mm-hmm. All right, so basically in my glass, we have 2 ounces of vodka, whatever vodka you want. They call for Kettle One. I went for Tito's, Ali.
I did too.
This is where it gets crazy. 4 ounces of beef bouillon, cold. Now, Ali, I'm assuming beef bouillon is like beef stock, like chicken stock.
You could do either the bouillon cube, the beef bouillon cubes, which you put in soup and stuff.
Right.
Or you could do the beef broth or the beef stock.
I went with a poor man's beef broth. Then half a fluid ounce of lemon juice, freshly squeezed. 3 dashes of Worcestershire sauce. And then 3 dashes of hot pepper sauce, red. Mm-hmm. And then a pinch of salt and a pinch of black pepper.
I was a little bummed that I could not get the celery salt for the garnish around the rim. I couldn't find it. I'm like, can I find celery salt? Where would I find it? I looked all through Publix. I'm like, come on, it's got to be some celery salt here. And there was celery seed, but no celery salt.
No.
I was like, son of a, that would have been great.
But, listen, Ali, I almost texted you today and said, hey, because I was walking down the soft drink aisle looking for something totally different. And they had Fresca. Like, let's have a Fresca. Huh? We could have put Fresca in vodka. But no, I went with the bull shot because no one's drinking a bull shot. It's not horrible, Ali. But here's the problem. I had beef. What do we have? We had not beef stew, but I guess it was kind of like beef stew. It was pot roast. That's what we had.
Oh, pot roast.
Old dude. I had pot roast tonight. I had to make mashed potatoes because no one else in my house knows how to make mashed potatoes. So so this goes very well with the pot roast and the beef and everything, the carrots and the whole nine. It's very good.
Not to go off on a Two Fat Dads tangent, but we're going to go off on a Two Fat Dads tangent. Why is it always like the guy ends up making the mashed potatoes way better than, like, in the household? Like, I'm in charge of mashed potatoes. Whenever I'm somewhere, I make the mashed potatoes. I don't do the whipped, and I don't, I like hand mashing.
Sure.
I put in a few skins. I also mix the red and the regular, put them in there, put the butter, and I'm just, why is it that, why do the guys end up becoming in charge of the mashed potatoes?
Here's what happens in my house, Ali.
Okay.
And all my kids know this. And in fact, my wife knows it because I tell her all the time. If you want to eat something good in my house, I got to make it because I'm fat and I get it. Look, you have to properly season your food. But my wife doesn't put enough salt and stuff in there. You got, like, with these potatoes, you got to put enough butter in there. You got to put enough, I put some sour cream in there. I use Yukon Gold potatoes because they're creamier.
Mm-hmm.
My wife got the baking potatoes, the individual ones. And I'm like, why would you do that? What? They tasted fine, but it tasted like a mashed up baked potato. That's all. I mean, it was good. But yeah, she's like, God, you know how to, even instant mashed potatoes, Ali. I'm the master of instant mashed potatoes.
Really?
Oh my God, I can make them taste like regular mashed potatoes. So unbelievable.
What's the skill? How do you do that?
Dude, you gotta know the proper amount of milk, and then like my wife doesn't. And again, I'm not trying to dog out my wife like this, but if it says 2 cups of potato flakes, okay, good, just put 2 cups in there. Don't put a little less. Don't put a little more. 2 cups of water, not a little more. No, you have to follow the directions. It's a science project.
That's it.
That's all it is. Now, when it gets to the butter and then the milk and then the sour cream, which I had the Daisy, like the squirt one.
Squeeze it.
Yeah, I'm eyeballing at that point in time, but but at that point in time, it's all for taste and we're texture.
Nice.
I'm telling you, Ali, it's a bit much.
I want some mashed potatoes right now, man.
They're good. I made a bunch too, so so my wife will eat them the rest, and she's like, God damn, they're so good.
All right.
If I can make my wife happy that way, I'll do it because I'm not making her happy any other way.
That's how you make most people happy. You go through the gut.
That's it.
Oh, all right. So we're talking Caddyshack. If you've not seen the movie yet, what the hell's going on? You're gonna get the spoilers. Yeah, you're gonna get the spoilers right now. J-Lo, talk me through. Somebody has not seen it. You give the synopsis of this film.
So Danny Noonan's job is working as a caddy at the prestigious Bushwood Country Club. So Danny Noonan is getting pressure from his family to go to college, but Danny doesn't want to go to college. Danny just wants to, do whatever he wants to do. So he seeks advice from the people he caddies from, like Ty Webb, who owns a bunch of lumber yards, oil fields, and he's just a spendthrift, if that's even a word. You know what I'm talking about. He's just a guy who, has lived life and he's acquired money. Then you got the guy who runs. So that's that storyline, and that plays itself throughout the whole thing. But then at Bushwood, there's a whole hierarchy of what's going on, the members versus the people that run the club. And the person that runs the club is Judge Smales. Judge Smales doesn't like the way, doesn't like all these people coming in, and he doesn't like Al Shervick, who is building condominiums right outside his illustrious golf club. And because the illustrious golf club is being overrun by condominiums, the condominiums are sending rodents into the golf club. Hence, we have a little furry gopher that's tearing up the golf course. Then Judge Smale sees this and he calls McTavish. God, I cannot believe I know all these characters.
I have trivia for you at the end, and I'm
I'm gonna kill this.
You're gonna fucking destroy. I've not had anyone get a perfect score.
I'm getting perfect score. So McTavish is the head groundskeeper, and his lackey is Carl Spackler, and Carl Spackler is played by Bill Murray. And so Bill Murray's whole character is, his whole job throughout the entire movie is to kill the gopher. Now, while that's all going on, there's a tug of war between Wills, Judge Smales, and Dr. Beeper are going to play Al Shervick and Ty Webb in an $80,000 match game. Well, halfway through, Al Shervick can't play because he's terrible. And Danny Noonan, earlier in the movie, has won a caddy scholarship to college by winning the caddy golf tournament. Mm-hmm. Judge Smales loves him because blah, 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 blah. Anyways, so Al Shervick gets hurt. He goes, ooh, my arm. And he calls for a substitute or the bet's off. Well, the substitute is Danny Noonan. Ooh. And Danny Noonan and Judge Smales like, caddies can't play. Ha, ha. And he goes, well, I bet if you play, I bet you won't want that scholarship. And then Danny Noonan thinks about it and he goes, I guess I don't. And Judge Smales goes, I guess you don't. I guess you don't. I guess you don't. So, long story short, Ty Webb, Danny Noonan end up winning the tournament, and Judge Smales is sent off, and he's made to pay up, and Al Shervey says, "Hey, let's party," and the whole thing happens. So that's basically the movie. It's shenanigans and hijinks, some of the likes you've never seen before.
It's such a fun movie, and I love the fact that you started going into the different storylines of what's going on. Now you missed out the love. You missed the love interest though.
I didn't go to. Listen, I gotta save something for everybody. There's something. There's a love interest. There's a grandson who he wants a hot dog. He wants a hamburger. I think I'll have a chocolate shake. And Spalding, you'll have nothing like it. So
this movie is, God, it's such a classic.
It's so good. But Ali, this is one of those movies like you and I, as soon as you hit the golf course, lines come out of your mouth immediately.
Oh, as soon as you get there, you're making a putt, you just go, no.
Exactly.
No.
We're just night putting, Ali.
Yeah. Ding.
Yeah.
And then, oh man. So one of my favorite things about this movie, some of the things that happen is it's I believe it is Rodney Dangerfield's first film.
Yes, it is.
First time on a set. And his first day he wanted to quit. And it was great. He's back in his trailer and he's pissed off. And they go back there like, what's going on? I'm dying out there. Nobody's laughing. Like,
right.
We can't laugh. We can't. We're holding it in. You're killing out there. We have to hold it in. Oh, really? Oh, okay. So he was so upset that he's not getting laughs that he thought he was bombing. And that's
what's funny about Rodney, but he became a comic and became famous later in life. So he doesn't know. He's just trying to do his thing. I mean, the best thing is when he comes pulling up into the golf club under the things. He gets out. He's like the horn he has, and he's like going, "Hey Wang, take not enough pictures. Okay, let's go inside." And he said, "Set my friend up with a pair of those, a couple of naked lady tees, a couple of those pink balls. Oh, look at this hat. This hat's terrible. Oh, I bet you get a free bowl of soup with this hat. Oh." The guy just comes in and he's electric immediately. His lines were fantastic.
He just explodes onto the scene.
Yes.
And that's a perfect way to set up the rivalry between Smales and
Al Shervey.
Because he comes in and he goes, "Oh, but it looks good on you."
Right. Because Al is just a little he owns the construction company, so he's obviously got a bunch of money, but he's that gruff guy that everybody sees coming. You're like, "Oh, not that guy." And, definitely not at Bushwood, sir. There's no gambling at Bushwood. So, he's disrupting the the bedrock, the foundation.
It's like you going to Pebble Beach.
Oh my God. Like I couldn't dude, it's hard enough for me to get into Bay Hill. Walking in with the pony half shirt with the holes all in it, beer mug hat. That's me, dude.
I think this movie really did help golf, especially at that time. Much in kind of the way that Tiger Woods helped golf. He was people that weren't really looking at golf at all. You're like, "Oh, whoa, you know what? Yeah, I like this. He's got some passion in there. It's not the snooty. Oh, here's the putt. He made his 50-foot putt for birdie to win the Masters. Thank you. Nice. Yes, golf clap. It was the fist pumps and the
right.
Like, yeah, I like this. I like that. And this movie, you see, the characters that were there and that are good at golf. Bill Murray, Chevy Chase. They've all got great swings. And then the caddies are all good, except for D'Annunzio. You could tell he's not really a golfer. He's just like,
But no, it's funny though because because in the 70s golf was country clubs. You couldn't get into them. They were all private, and then this shows it from a different angle. Like, hey, here's these guys working for $1.50. Like, hey, let me get a Coke. What is this? Why is it only 50 cents? Lou changed the price of Cokes. Oh, I'm not paying no 50 cents for no Coke. Oh, you get no Coke. You know what I mean? So these guys are all out there doing that, working and caddying and basically taking care of these rich people. So it was the different classes. So I think that's what that endeared the movie to people.
And that it's not only Bill Murray, but it's his brother in this film.
Sure.
Is it Brian Doyle?
Brian Doyle. Yeah, he wrote most of it.
Yeah, and it's based on them growing up, essentially.
Right.
Because they grew up caddies, and They're phenomenal golfers. I love watching Bill Murray right now in the pro-ams and stuff.
Sure.
And he sits there and just cuts up with the audience and then just like takes a quick breath and strokes a beautiful shot and then goes back to fucking around. And it's like, man, that guy's good. Like, he was good.
He was, I mean, and that's, I mean, the Murray family was like 50 million kids anyways, and they all worked at the golf club.
Yeah.
And they all did their thing. And, but yeah, I mean, Bill Murray is just fantastic in this movie as well. And, I mean, one of the greatest scenes of all time. What he's doing with the Cinderella story.
Completely improvised.
All of that and the Dalai Lama scene was improvised.
Yes. The fact Ty Webb plays through. Sorry, let me just play through here. Just and all that stuff.
And that scene shouldn't have happened either because those two hated each other. Bill Murray punched him in the face, like almost knocked him out in SNL. Backstage. Yeah. And Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase is a dick.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Dude,
I love Chevy Chase.
I did too. I thought it was hilarious. Fletch, everything. I mean, just Modern Problems. Do you remember that movie?
Oh yeah.
Love that movie. It's like, oh, it was so good,
dude. By the way, I didn't even think about Fletch. I could have talked a day and a half about Fletch.
Yeah, Fletch is great. What is it?
This movie's
5'8", 5'10", 6'4" with his afro.
Yeah. We're just gonna take the car through its paces. This is what we call slipstreaming. But yeah, no, Caddyshack was great. I mean, the Cinderella story. He's got about a 5-iron from about 230 yards. I mean, his yardages were all off, by the way.
Yep.
I mean, he's hitting a 7-iron. It's in the hole.
It's so good.
But I mean, every time you tee off, I tee off, and I shank one right in the woods. Oh, that's right in the old lumber yard. I mean, every time.
Yeah, the whole, let's go chronologically. The buildup of this movie is great. You get the Danny, Noonan story of him, trying to be, the caddy, win the tournament to go into college. You've got his girlfriend who loves him, the Irish girl. Hooligan.
Yeah.
What a
the Rose of Tralee. I think Jeff Smite named his daughter Rose after that line. The Rose of Tralee.
And then you've got the hot, sophisticated girl that comes in.
Lacey Underall.
Yes. And she was 70s hot. 70s, early 80s hot. Like, she had the feathered back hair. I was like, yeah, me likey bouncy.
I like when D'Annunzio sees her at the pool and he puts the towel around. He goes, "Hello, mama." That is so 70s pickup move. Hey, mama.
Just smoking a cigarette constantly, even when he's on the course in the tournament.
I love when he does this. When he goes to tee off, he just throws it out there. So stupid. But yeah, no, she was fantastic. And then you got Mrs. Schmales.
Yes.
Listen.
What?
At my wedding,
I was gonna.
You were there. You were there. I forgot. You were there. I had 3 boys, and I made one of them. I said, listen up. You got to give a toast at this thing. And of course, I told him. He's like, "What do you want me to say?" So I'm basically scripting my own freaking wedding at this point in time. I mean, he was like, what was he? He was like 5 or 6, and I said, "This is what you have to say." And he memorized it. He says, "It's easy to grin when your ship comes in, and your shorts aren't too tight in the seat. But a man worthwhile." Oh, I totally screwed up. "It's easy to grin when your ship comes in, and you got the stock market beat. But a man worthwhile is a man with a smile, and his shorts aren't too tight in the seat." Okay, all right. But my kid said it perfectly, and I mean, nobody other than the people who watch Caddyshack, people were like, "Oh, what the hell?" I was like dying. I was like,
we were dying at our table. I was like, "Oh my God, this is brilliant."
That's how deep this movie goes for me. I got a 5-year-old at my wedding saying that freaking speech. Also, there's a flute with no holes is not a flute, Ali. But a donut with no holes is a Danish. There's so many quotable lines in this movie.
You know what? Okay. I haven't done this before. This is gonna be the first one. I just thought of this. I'm gonna time you. I'm gonna give you a minute. And I want to see how many quotes, how many lines you can do in 1 minute. Now, I used to play this game in college until my nose got too tired. Different kind of lines. Let's see. I'm gonna write this down. Let's see how many you can get.
All
So I'm
right,
gonna
this is going
give
to
you.
be tough. I'm in my head immediately. Some of these might not be good, but
It's okay.
all right.
So, all right, you ready? 1 minute.
Yep.
How many lines? Go.
Okay. Oh, right in the old lumberyard. A flute with no holes is not a flute. A donut with no holes is not is a Danish. Hey Carla, you mind if I play through? Hey Gopher, 15 miles of greasy, grimy gopher guts. Um, the Judge Smails line I just did is like, you dinged my anchor. I want a hot dog. I want a hamburger. Spalding, you'll have nothing to like it. Somebody's brown sob is in my parking spot in the parking lot. I forget his name, Rothschild or whatever his name. He goes, there's a high sheen on these shoes. Whip that off. Get that off. I want it bright, shining, chamois immediately.
You can get one more in. Come on.
Oh, $100. The Smails kid picks his nose.
That's right. Boom. You ended up with nine quotes.
Listen, that's one of those movies. Like my wife is watching the movie with me, and she goes, "You know every line, don't you?" I go, "Yeah."
Yeah.
She goes, and what about Lacey Underall? I bet you got a lot of ties, Ty. Would you like to tie me up with some of your ties, Ty?
Hi.
Listen, why don't we be human beings tonight?
Oh my God. I'm getting a little hard. That was good.
I know. So good. Yeah, Ali, this movie is a seminal movie in my life. It's one of those, if it's on, I will watch it. That Stripes is another one that I will watch.
Yes.
Again with Bill Murray.
Yes.
Sergeant Hulka wants to be the big toe.
Mm-hmm. Okay, speaking of Stripes, did you think the first time you saw Stripes that D'Annunzio was Francis? First time I saw it,
I could see how you would do that.
I went, is that D'Annunzio? And I had to like double take and really.
Right.
Said, oh no, that's not him.
I love it. I love it. Any homos touch my stuff, and I'll kill you.
Calm down, Francis. Oh, lighten up, Francis.
So good, but all those movies were so good. They were all so good.
So, as someone who golfs recreationally,
yes.
Both of us do. Sure. Does this movie hold up like a golf movie? Like you've got Tin Cup, you've got.
I was going to say Tin Cup.
You know those movies. Tin Cup is I think one of the best golf movies out there.
You know why it is?
Why?
Because John Daly did exactly what he did, and somebody did that in real life.
Really?
At the end of the movie, John Daly's just whacking balls at Bay Hill. I'm standing right there watching him do it. He ended up getting like a 16, and like he dropped like 30 something places because of that. and then you know you got a movie glorifying it, and a guy that does it. The problem I have with Tin Cup is Kevin Costner.
Mm-hmm.
Only because Kevin Costner, he just takes himself a little too. I mean, after Dances with Wolves, Kevin Costner gets a little much for me.
Kevin Costner is great in sports movies.
Yes,
like stay in your wheelhouse. Stay in
Bull Durham. Bull Durham.
Brilliant.
We could have talked about that tonight. There's so many movies. Ali.
So
Field of
good
Dreams.
in Field of Dreams. Oh,
let me tell you, at the end when he goes, "Hey, Dad, want to have a catch?"
Waterworks.
Dude. My kid when he wants me to do something, "Hey, Dad, want to have a catch?" I go, "What the hell do you want?
Son of a
What
bitch.
do you want?" And I've been to that field 3 times.
Shut up,
Ali. It's the great dude. You get the chills as soon as you walk out there. It's amazing.
I gotta go.
It's so good. But yeah, no, Kevin Costner, he bothers me a little. He just gets a little like, like the Cleveland Brown movie, Draft Day or whatever.
Yes.
Whatever. So, anyways, back to Caddyshack. I mean, are we talking?
Yes. We're talking Caddyshack, man. Okay. I'm trying to figure out where exactly. Holy God, it's been 40 years. Wow.
Really?
Yeah. Damn, I feel old.
We are old, Ali. You should feel old.
Wow. There it is, Grand Oaks Golf Club, and I'd love to find out if that's still open.
It's not. They demolished it after the movie, I believe. That's why they got the golf course because they were tearing it. They were ripping it up.
Damn it. Because honestly, if they were to make that, I mean, that course would be packed right now. I think so many people would want to play that course just because it's the
Of
Caddyshack.
course, yeah. No, I think that's the reason why they got the golf course, because they were tearing it down. And I mean, it's just when Carl Spackler blows the whole thing up at the end. I mean, of course, what are we going to do?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Holy God.
I mean, what about? I forgot about this one. Oh, Billy, Billy, Billy. I mean, every time you have to make a 5-foot putt, you're like, oh, Billy, 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 Billy Baru. Spalding, this one calls for Billy Baru. And when he sees Danny Noonan with Lacey Underall in his room, he grabs the thing. He goes, you.
It's does so that movie, man. Which is hard to do when you've got Chevy Chase, Bill Murray, in the film, and the damn gopher. The damn gopher's its own character.
Yeah, the gopher, and back when it came out, they were selling more of that stupid gopher crap than they were. I mean, that was the star of the movie.
Yes, and then not Caddyshack. Kenny Loggins owes his career to that damn gopher.
Because without that gopher, he doesn't do "Dayway to the Danger Zone." How?
Man, yeah. So the movie, if you've not seen it, you gotta see it. It's a phenomenal film. I think it still holds up.
It does hold up, Ali, because it's here it is. It's the yin and the yang. It's the poor versus the rich.
Yeah.
And the rich, the poor coming from behind and taking over and beating the rich. That's what it is.
That is. Now, when you showed your kids this movie, were you nervous?
Yeah.
Were you nervous that they wouldn't like it?
No, I was like, I pretty much prefaced it, like, you will like this movie or you will be moving out of the house type thing. And again, one of my kids wants to be a comedy writer for TV and stuff. So he got the jokes and he gets the whole thing. The other one was like, and then the younger one he really hasn't really watched too much of it. But it's funny though. It is funny watching my kids will, I have 22-year-olds. They're in college and one's in the Navy, and they'll text me every once in a while, Dad, like one of them, and I know this is your favorite movie, The Big Lebowski.
Oh.
One of them, he loves The Big Lebowski, and I was going to pick this one. I only have one movie, The Big Lebowski.
I know I'm going to have to do it at one point.
You're going to have to do it. So, but he loves The Big Lebowski. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, I'm watching The Big Lebowski. I go, how many times is it? He goes, probably like 200, 300.
Oh my God.
I mean, he watches this movie, and that's another one too. Like I was doing this workout thing. We were talking before about doing a workout, and this guy wanted me to box and stuff in this workout. I go, I'm a nihilist. I don't box. I don't do. I'm just like, come on, phone's ringing, dude. I mean, Ali, see, we could go. My life and my pattern are movie quotes.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
You've known me long enough to know this.
I know. Dude, I love movie quotes. That's why we get along. There's tons of quotes that'll go back and forth. One of my buddies I go golfing with, man, that's all we do on the course is just random movie quotes.
Yeah. It's great. I was with somebody the other day, and he busts this out, and it's not even a movie quote. It's a commercial. Okay. And he said something happened. He goes, why don't you go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage?
That beautiful bean footage.
I'm like, what? Where did you pull that? I go, oh my God, you're pulling a freaking Bush's baked bean commercial out?
Today, I'm doing a Marco Polo with a friend of mine, and because of COVID, she's let her hair grow out a lot. And so she had styled it, and she sent me this polo. She goes, look at my hair. Look at it. It's nice. I go, what's up, girl? Salon Selectives.
Yeah.
And so she comes back. She goes, oh, my God, I haven't heard that in forever. I'm like, all that shit gets stored. It will stay in my head until the appropriate moment where I can throw it out.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I'm like that with Beastie Boys quotes. I don't know. I would drop a Beastie Boys line on somebody, and I go, that's your Beastie Boys quote of the day. And people are like, what? Like, my favorite Beastie Boys line is like, I wear a hat, not a visor. I drink Budweiser. My turntables, what? They're on the drum riser. And people are like, what are you talking about?
It's the Beastie Boys.
Yes, stop it.
So what is your favorite quote? Like your all-time favorite quote from Caddyshack? Like if you had to pick one, you're like, you know what? This is the quote.
I do like when I walk into a restaurant, I will do, I want a hamburger, I want a cheeseburger. I want a hot dog. Spalding, you'll have nothing like. I do that every time I go someplace. My wife hates it. I mean, we'll be walking to Starbucks. I'll go, I want a hamburger. I want a cheeseburger. What people are buying are like, what? What? That's a good one. I do enjoy freeze gopher. Pew! I like that.
My favorite.
God, there's
I think,
so
is
many.
my favorite interaction is I'd like you to get rid of all the golfers. Well,
Yeah.
sir, if we get rid of all the golfers, I mean, who's going to be left? Not golfers, golfers.
Oh, we could do that. We don't even have to have a reason to do that. I love when he goes, oh, Mrs. Green, you're lean and mean and not too far in between. Oh, you know what I do say a lot? I say it as soon as it starts raining. I don't think the heavy stuff's going to come down for quite some time. I say
That's a great scene too.
That's
man.
a great
That guy's having an amazing round of his life, and Carl's like, "All right, let's go, let's do it." And he's there with him, and then he fucking dies. He gets hit by lightning.
He goes, rat farts. Dude, I named one of my fantasy football teams last year Gunga Galunga.
Gunga Galunga.
Gunga Galunga.
What was it? The putt that he made? Like he goes way right, and then the wind blows it back in the hole.
And then there's a frog in the thing. He goes, and he says something in the locker room. Oh, fiddle or something. And then Smales goes, Your Eminence. He goes, oh, don't worry, I'm Presbyterian. He's drinking. He goes, you should stop drinking so much. Don't worry, I'm Presbyterian.
All right, brother. I got 10 questions for you and a bonus.
All right, let's go. I'm excited.
No one has gone 10 for 10.
Well, then they're rookies. They're rookies.
Someone missed one, but got the bonus.
Okay.
But technically, I've not had a perfect yet. So, God, most of these you've already answered while you're talking. So normally I do the first 5, kind of easy. Then it starts to get a little difficult. So, all right, 1. What is Bill Murray's character name?
Carl Spackler.
Boom.
By the way, I had to think about it for Carl Spackler.
Number 2, who directed the film?
Harold Ramis.
Boom, Harold Ramis. This is another one of my favorite quotes, too.
By the way, I didn't say that. I mean, how do I know that? But I know that. Here we go.
Ty Webb doesn't bother to keep score. How does he compare himself to other golfers?
By height?
By height. That's right.
Ali, only you would get that. You would drop that joke out. I love it. Good job. But he says it like this. He goes like this. By height. And he goes, hey, Judge, don't sell yourself short. You're a tremendous slouch.
I almost put that in here. I almost did that one. I knew you'd get it. What is Judge Smales' grandson's name?
Spalding.
Who wins the caddy tournament?
Danny Noonan and Ty Webb.
There you go. What's the name of Al's Jewish friend that Bushwood might not let in?
Wang. Hey, Wang. Enough with the pictures. That is great. Don't tell him you're Jewish. That's another great line. You know what one of my favorite line in Spaceballs is? Funny. She doesn't look Jewish.
Yes. That's a great one, too. A classic scene that we didn't talk about. What candy bar is found in the pool?
Baby Ruth.
Baby Ruth.
By the way, caddy hours are only from 1 to 1:15.
That's right, 15 minutes. That was another question I was going to put on. Shit, you're going to get 10 for 10. What is Judge Smales' yacht name? What's the name of his yacht? Uh-oh.
Flying Wasp.
Oh, he got it.
The Flying Wasp.
Oh, I thought I would get you with that one.
Oh, my God. That was a good question, Ali.
Okay. Ty Webb talks about Vietnam. Why didn't he go? Why didn't he go?
Oh, he had a bad hip. Wasn't that it?
I'm going to give you a couple more seconds. I can tell you're just thinking out loud.
Man, I don't know, Ali.
Do you want to pass? And you can come
I'm
back.
I'm going to pass.
Okay,
I'll come back to it.
Or you come back to that one. Number 10, what kind of flowers does Carl hit during his Cinderella story speech?
Oh, my God. Daffodils. No, they're
Ooh.
bulbs. They're bulbs.
Oh shit! You're gonna
Chrysanthemums.
They are bedded tulips.
Okay, I missed that one.
Tulips. Got that.
All right, Ali, you got me on that one.
Got to go back to the 9. Why did Ty Webb not go to Vietnam? This was the excuse he says. He's talking to Lacey Underall.
Yeah. No, I know the scene. Was it a spearfishing accident?
He was homosexual.
Damn it, Ali! I should have got all 10 of those. Those last 2 were hard.
Yeah, and the bonus one, the gopher is actually listed in the credits. What's his name?
I don't know. Chester.
Close. His name is Chuck Rodent.
Oh, there you go. Chuck Rodent. Freaking stupid.
Got you on the last 2.
Dude, those last ones were tough, though.
I thought the flying wasp was going to get you. I was like, oh.
Dude, I had to think about that. But again, that sail upon the flying wasp. Dude, I just ran through the thing. And she breaks off the stupid, the champagne bottle doesn't go through. And the best is Rodney's on that big ass motor yacht.
Yes.
Hey, there's my friend Smales. There's my friend Judge Smales. Let's go say hi.
The fucking wake.
Yeah, oh my God! I just got head from Amelia Earhart. Yeah, dude, it's so.
Oh my God, man!
There's so many great one-liners in that movie.
Oh, so many, which is indicative of Rodney Dangerfield, because he's a one-liner comic.
Right.
He's got so many great. I'm assuming a lot of those were his, like just those things that him throwing it in.
Yeah.
Because he's just brilliant.
Could you imagine that writing room?
Oh.
Them just throwing stuff out for Rodney to say.
Dude. And then one writer going, "Why are we doing this?
Right.
Why are we just going, Rodney, just do your thing. Just whatever you want to say, whatever comes up, go with it." Like, that's how I look at it, Robin Williams. I need you to stick to the script.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. But, man, thank you so much for joining us, joining me on this podcast. Tell everybody where they can find you, what's going on in your life.
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Logan Mania. Actually, you can find me at Jason Logan on Facebook. Instagram, Logan Mania. Twitter is at Logan Mania. You can find us Friday nights, 7:25. What does Joey know on Joey Fatone's YouTube channel? We usually put a little link out there. You can go find it there. We have celebrity guest, Ali. You should be on the show, by the way,
dude. Let me know.
You were in a movie with Zac Efron and
Mr. All right.
But yeah, no. So that's where you can find me. Listen, I'm trying to keep a low profile at this point in time. Things are getting ready to pop, dude.
Yeah,
you're getting ready to pop.
That's awesome.
It's gonna be good.
That's awesome, brother.
And you're gonna be going, "Oh my God, I know that guy."
Holy shit!
How the hell did that guy get famous?
Because of Two Fat Dads. Because of Two Fat Dads. I mean,
bad. He is not good. And again, we'll do the whole like when you're in a movie. I'm like, God damn it, why can't I get in a movie like that? This son of a bitch. We all do it.
Yeah, dude, all the time. Especially for shit that I've auditioned for. I'm like,
right.
How did that fuck get that role? Are you fucking kidding me?
Are you kidding? What? He didn't.
Son of a.
He sucks.
That's my joke. I gave him that joke. That son of a bitch.
The best, though, is when you text me like, dude, this is your role. Did you watch the Spectrum commercial? This is your role.
Dude, there are so many things. I'm like, dude, you should have been in that. That should have been you.
It's so great.
So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to find us on Facebook at Real Drinks with Ali Flores. Find us on YouTube. Well, if you're watching it, you've already found us, Real Drinks with Ali Flores. And then you can find me on Facebook at Ali Flores or at Actor Dad. I'm there. Twitter at Comedic Actor 74. Or no, Comedic Actor Ali. And then on Instagram, Comedic Actor. I'm on the TikTok now, too.
Oh, come on. You succumbed to that?
I did. It's fun. It's fun. At Comedic Actor on TikTok as well. So,
by the way, we are both so old that we've had to think twice about our stupid handles on social media.
Dude, we're those people, man. We are. We really
I know.
are.
Hey, listen, I'm owning it. I don't even care. I mean, I'm seriously thinking about getting rid of Facebook and just going on what they call the gram.
The gram. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, all right, everyone, thanks so much. J-Lo, thank you, brother. And we'll see you
Ali, this is fun. I'm sorry I did not get 10 for 10. What would I have won if I got 10 for 10?
You get a crisp high five from me.
Give it up, Ali. Give it up. Give it
Boom.
up. No.
No, we're going this way.